Do you consider the lack of using chains and secondary reinforcers to be less advanced or
Yes.
plus training then?
Absolutely. I think if you're not really working to classically conditioned behavior, the behaviors that you're working on, you're going to do your horse a disservice because they may be like meh about it. And then when you get to a place where it's hard or you've shifted the context, that they may be like, yeah, it doesn't serve me. But remember, the target becomes a secondary reinforcer. And what does that secondary reinforcer do? It brings all the visceral, involuntary responses of the primary reinforcement. So when you have a horse going, I don't know, and you say, hey, can you target? And they go, yes. And then they're back down and they start to self-regulate. You've brought them the comfort, the endorphins, the dopamines, the goodness that is part of the primary reinforcement, and as they make the choice to interact with that. So the same can happen with a number of behaviors. So if we then go, hey, can we go to a trot? And they go, oh, yes, I love the trot. Then we have a way to bring their head back in the game to help practice self-regulation and teach them how to get themselves back in the game. So it definitely is more advanced.
Do you feel like there's anything wrong with feeding every click, even if you are more advanced?
I don't think there's anything wrong with feeding every click, but I do feel like you're not engaging with that variety. You're making it more all about the food, which can sometimes lead to a sense of, this is anthropomorphic, but entitlement. You know, like if I don't see the food, I'm not doing it. We kind of dilute the game, you know, and the maybe and the variety. And those pieces have been proven to be really strong and really effective. And we can talk a little bit about what we heard on the thing, but those things have been proven to be very effective and very strong in strengthening the behavior. So I think that you can get and just as we said, and get resilience in the behavior, just as we had talked about that a behavior, again, this is science, this is study, that a behavior fed every single time and one fed some of the time, it's easier to get rid of the one that's fed some of the time. But the one that's all of the time, the one that's some of the time, much harder to get rid of because the maybe is part of the equation. That variety is in there. And I think that's part of the seeking system of going in there.